the score is 0-0. This is game number 1 in a best-of-3 series between Tabben and Lukas L99. This is a repeat of, I think, the elimination round 4, or was it the elimination round 5, between exactly these two players in the New World Championship, except in this game we're playing on one of the least standard maps in Age of Empires 3, Ceylon.
With one of the least standard settings. Start with a second covered wagon. Why not? But yes, so best of 3 here. The winner of this will face Conqueror in the grand final. He did just eliminate Kaiser in their semi. This is, of course, the other semi. And it looks like Lukas there, a little concerned or worried or confused why he has a shipment here. But as Interjection is explaining, it is normal as you start with additional experience on this map. But it looks like both players having a similar idea, loading that covered wagon into their raft, dropping it onto the center island, and going to be locking down some stuff there. But let's see where they placed it there. Lukas next to 2 elephants and some berries, some coin nearby too. And then Tabben. Similar position, really. Very similar resources nearby for both players.
Yeah, he just got his 3 Vil shipment in just as it finished completing. I was thinking he wanted to send the 3 Vils to the mainland. That would have been, I think, better.
Well, but would it, though? Why would sending it to the... Oh, do you mean the mainland as in the big land?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, that would be better, yeah. I thought you meant mainland as in his island, because you looked there, but then... Now I get it.
Yeah, it would have. This TC arrived just like the villagers came, and then the TC was constructed.
Did Lukas get them onto the? Oh, he
maybe
4 there already. So that's not so bad.
But shipment sent. Obviously, you get a shipment a little earlier. I don't know why. That's just what the devs thought you should do on Ceylon. You start with bonus XP, and it does mean you can get that shipment in quite quickly in the early game here.
It accelerates the early game a bit, and that's quite nice, really, because, you know, we've seen these games many times now, and with the second TC at the start, and it usually does lead to a more fortress, industrial age play, and that obviously takes a bit more time to get there. So speeding up the early game, probably quite beneficial for this sort of scenario.
Yeah.
But, yeah. We have Tabben going up, but tell me about this matchup a little bit more. Obviously, Britain, well known to be good on water. Aztecs, good on water too.
Yeah, Aztecs is known as the water powerhouse. Like Aztec is up there. They're sort of very, very strong. They've got obviously schooners, and they used to have a card called Team Schooners, which essentially did the same thing. It was slightly worse, and you could get incredibly cheap fishing boats. But it's been changed on the ESOC patch. Got the water dance in there, and he's not got too many water cards, but with the canoes they can train. Aztec are really, really strong. British, I'm not certain why it's so strong on this map. We've seen yesterday Sompu and who got?
Oh, no, you got it.
The Gurkha.
Lukas got it.
Okay, and that's really nice. Bit of a it's a skirmisher in Age 1 is pretty handy here. If we take a look at the British deck, we've got offshore support as well as improved warships and schooners
and Virginia Company.
And Virginia Company.
Both.
We saw Sompu in yesterday's show match send Virginia Company, then schooners.
Right.
Didn't work out too well. A's won that game in a convincing fashion, but we did see them coming.
But you know, actually, Virginia Company makes a lot of sense, right? Because as Britons, you're British, your manor houses cost more, and because you've got a second TC, you're going to be producing villagers faster, so you need to have that population room. And having that manor house costing less, probably just helping you a little bit to not get popped at any point.
Yeah, although it's quite an expensive card to send. But, yeah, I see the synergy there, especially with schooners. I don't know. Market coming down. Has got greatcoats as his first upgrade.
Wow, okay.
Rather than anything else.
Maybe really worried about some early raiding or something? I mean, Aztecs aren't unknown to do that.
Yeah, but Lukas is still Age 1, and he's he's got a lot of, I guess, with that extra bonus XP that you start with, and the fire pit right away, and the fact that he's spending so long in Age 1, he's got a lot of shipments. I wonder if he can spend them down quickly, but he'll be pleased, I guess, once he's up to the Colonial and can start sort of sending them.
It's interesting as well, because obviously we've seen Lukas play Aztecs twice today now already, and he won both of those games. We've sort of been following his progress throughout the day, which has been nice. But he's played them both on parallel rivers, where he went for that sort of big fire pit dance, go for the XP dance, and sort of pull ahead in shipments. But do you think he'll take a different approach here? I mean, it doesn't look like he's committing... Oh, well, as I say that, he commits Vils out to the fire pit.
I think we're going to see fencing school any second now.
Yeah,
There's no reason to put villagers on the fire pit unless you're going to do something like that. Pretty sure that's going to be coming in any moment now. But yeah, going to go with that fast industrial. It just seems like the extra TC really adds quite a lot to the ability of this strategy. Yeah, there it is, fencing school coming out. British, though, he's sent 700 wood. He's going to get some manners down, now adding in a stable as well. And, of course, hunting dogs, place some mines, and probably will get steel traps at some point. But 5 villagers comes after that. Just a standard British boom. No docks just yet. He's playing very much a land agenda for the time being.
But I guess you can do that much more easily when you've got that town centre there to protect villagers, to, you know, continue to protect the shoreline as well if you want to. It's just... Yeah, I think it's quite nice to have that. It just makes this easier to go for that land agenda, like you say.
Maybe he can... I think having the TC really benefits having being on water as well, right? Because you can defend the coastline and your fishing boats that much easier with the anti-ship attack that you get for free with the TC. It's a bit why his ports are so strong on water.
Right.
But yeah, at the moment, he's not building a dock. In fact, neither player are doing that. Perhaps we'll see it later on. But so far...
Fencing school is in.
It is in, as well as 700 wood. And let's switch on over to economic units because, 5 warrior priests already. 6
now. They pop out very quickly. And, I mean, this is sort of Lucas's go-to strat, it seems, with the Aztecs so far. There's 7.
It seems...
I mean, they come out so quickly.
It seems very, very strong.
Yeah.
With... and we saw how strong his Aztec was versus the ports earlier. So gonna see that again, and why not? I know it's a civ that Lucas is really skilled with. So, and clearly, that's what he's going for. 9 already. That's a lot.
Yeah. Just would like to highlight the betting, by the way. Remember, the winner of the betting at the end of the day will get a free subscription to the channel. And Lucas is ahead in the betting. Looks like 60% for Lucas. And that's fairly close, but Lucas favoured for sure in this match.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. Tabben moving out.
Yeah, with his land army here. This is the first colonial aggression we've seen in the whole tournament. And this makes more sense, right, on this map, because you don't have 2 TCs right next to each other anymore. And one is, kind of awkwardly off on... It's not even like you can call... I know you can't call Minutemen from an Aztec TC, but if you could, it's not like they would easily be able to get over here to defend the other TC.
Right, you'd have to load them onto a raft and ship them over.
Right, so colonial aggression seems like it's better.
I mean, this is the first game we're seeing any colonial aggression today, at least on this stream. And that's interesting, right? And I think that is exactly why, or what you just said, the fact that they can't protect so easily. And Tabben massing quite a good army here, 42 military units, and a good mix of Huss and Musk. 10 military units for Lucas. What is that in the form of? I think that's the warrior priests, right?
10 what?
Warrior priests. Do they count as military?
I think they count as economic military here.
Oh, you're right. No, wait, what?
How
has he got 10 military then? 11 military on the overlay. Where's that coming from?
Let's go.
If it's not the warrior priests.
Well, I guess it must be the warrior priests. They count as military, and that's interesting because it skewed all of the fights we were looking at in the previous tournaments.
Interesting.
That must be the warrior priests because there's exactly 10.
Yeah.
Thing is, they don't count here, but they do on economic, right? But I guess
maybe that's some kind of weird
oversight, I would imagine, because all of this stuff was manually coded, right?
Exactly.
To decide what unit is what.
He does have a dock now, and at the same time, in comes Tabben with a rather large army, and I think this might catch Lucas by surprise. I don't think he even scouted
Yeah, look at
this.
them. They're hopping in that raft. That raft is 20. There's 20 vills in this 220 HP boat.
Jesus.
Look at that ferry. They're back there to safety now.
That's scary. He's going to lose that TC. No defense at all. The Warhut's going to do nothing.
I really like how Tabben was very sneaky about this. He didn't show that he was making units. He just got a big mass and let Lucas commit to schooners and this, and defensive style. And if he'd shown the units, perhaps Lucas would have adapted, and now can come in here and just tear this down and force him entirely off the island.
Honestly, showing the units is not the excuse in a way, because you should scout the units, right?
That's true.
It's a lack of scouting that cost him that.
He is going to put down a TC, but it will immediately be seen.
Yeah, I think maybe it will. They have large line of sight, those manners, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I think it might just be an either way the Hussar is going to find it
now. And that, for Lukas, that could very well be the end of the game already. I mean, I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy or anything, but the fact that he is now entirely stuck on his little island is not a good situation for Lukas.
It is awkward, especially since this second TC has been found. It's not like he got away with that in secret. It could be an issue, but he is going up to Fortress Age, and he's got a shipment available. So perhaps we'll start seeing, some strong shipments come out, and he can get that army up. But 73 unit population, it's really high.
He has to get a foothold on this island.
That's where all the resources are.
If he doesn't get a foothold here, then he doesn't have any standing in this game.
Yeah, he's he'd have to entirely rely on fish, right?
Right.
At some point, this gold mine
gone.
and these berries run out, and berries are
gonna go.
Berries are not ideal to begin with. And schooners came in. He only got 2 fishing boats. Like, that's really not good. Schooners is not worth it for 2 fishing boats.
It's absolutely falling apart for Lukas here. I think he maybe got a bit too greedy, perhaps. And with Age 3 coming in, you really have to question really what that is going to bring to him. He could send a couple of military shipments, but it's not going to be 82 military units.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness.
Me.
Lukas made a blunder, perhaps. But this map is so weird that I feel like anything can happen. It's just, you're not going to see normal games. But he's going to siege that down, and Lukas's attempt to stay on the island has been thwarted here, and the villagers inside are going to get killed.
Yep, that's it. They're gone. And tabben has an eco lead, and even with schooners coming in, it almost feels wasted, doesn't it?
He has got another dock down, so he can start using his schooners again. And it's this,
I wonder where that dock fires a cannon from. I mean, it's so. It's so basic.
I think does it fire? I think it might fire arrows. The cannon came from.
It just fired a cannon.
Came from the noble's hut.
Oh, did it?
But it sounded like a cannon. Like, why do the Aztecs have cannons? That's really unusual. Yeah, that's
what's going on there.
Okay.
Black magic.
Sorcery, that's right. War hut denied, Lukas.
Not happening, is it? Oh, actually, can the Hussar get to the... It doesn't even matter if it can't get to the villager, does it? Because, I mean, he's going to siege it down anyway.
He's got a lot of cav there.
But this just doesn't bode well for Lukas, does it? It's gone.
It's looking tough. Second dock. I mean, there's a lot of fish on this map, right? So, a lot of fish, a lot of gold in the whales. Maybe you can... I'm trying to hang on to a thread of hope for
Training
Lukas.
canoes, is he? Oh, wait, no, fishing boats. Boats. They just look different. Yeah.
Industrial age is now in, though. He finally got there.
Okay. So now what?
Well, he does what he did before. He gets his...
Yeah, he just goes for the beefy explorer and single-handedly kills 82 men. It could happen. You never know. I mean, he does actually send the shipment.
He's dancing for Skull Knights.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Skull Knights, and he's got the smoking mirrors. Fortress Age is in for tabben, though, so we're going to start seeing upgrades to those units as well as...
And I think he's got a frigate in queue.
Ship upgrades coming in. Yeah, you're right, he does.
Yeah, where's his dock?
Up at the...
2 caravels there. Artificial island. What? Artificial islands? What is this? Warships change wood cost by 50%.
Wow.
Okay, that might explain why Aztec is good on water.
There you go. Well, I think that's interesting. Lukas could very quickly make a play back onto the water here by training canoes. And... yeah, I mean, it's so interesting, isn't it? Tabben controls so much of the map. He's got it on lockdown.
Skull Knights just being spawned.
Yeah.
These are guard units, by the way, so they're like fully teched already. Just starting to mass them up. And he's got a 7 Skull Knight shipment in his deck. Gonna send 20 mace. Yeah, 7 Skull Knights right there. He's skipped the 24 mace.
Imagine if he puts them in a boat and then along comes tabben and sinks it.
That would kind of suck.
That would be awful.
I'm going to hope that doesn't happen.
I think it would. I don't know. You never know.
Look at him. This is really nice. He's just out everywhere on this island, full line of sight, right? Or just making sure just the units are all split up. Tabben has this on lockdown.
Yeah, anything that comes across, he'll see it
He'll
straight
know
away.
it's there. Yeah, and now he just needs to prepare a push on his island. 2
frigates and 2 caravels there on the right side as well. So, you know, he's getting armor plating and Caronard. Improved warships already coming in. Yeah, Water dance now for Lukas as well. So he's going to start dancing for that, I'm assuming. And
when a fight happens, I would imagine. So
still going to need some more units on the water here. I don't think he has enough canoes at the moment.
Boasts your boots in combat. Yeah, he's got some canoes now.
4, I believe, in total. But here comes the frig. And we're going to see some big broadsides coming in, I imagine.
It does fire arrows. There is no cannon. I don't know where the cannon came from.
I think it was the dock, honestly.
Jesus!
Oh, my goodness. Well, there you go.
That frigate is he's getting out of there.
Yeah, those nobles' huts seems to do...
The water dance was also active, remember? And there's, like, insane number of dancers here. But he's about to run out of wood. And this is the limiting factor of this island now. And to get out on the land, he's got a landing party. Okay, let's switch on over to military units here.
This is going to be such an epic game. Lucas, like, sort of makes it back and suddenly takes his way back into the middle.
They look a bit ridiculous.
The physics. Here we go, though.
Forward. Okay, so we've got 4 privateers coming in. Really, really strong naval shipment, and this is going to give him an absolutely incredible push.
But he's going to be fighting between the nobles' huts here, the docks, the TC.
Yeah.
And he may end up losing this army, but he does have good numbers here.
And that TC is providing anti-ship damage as well.
He's taking down those canoes pretty quickly. War canoes instantly going down. Okay.
Rest in pepperonis.
And that's it. Parking those frigates there. But the second frigate is now down as well.
Does have the privateers, though.
Yeah, and there's another caravel on the other side. Looks like he's going to take out all the canoes there. Lucas may just lose his fishing ships with it at this rate. It's a tough one.
There's a lot of anti-ship damage, though, coming in from these nobles' huts. Like, this island is fortified, and especially with the water dance, although not many boats left to be dancing for. But privateer goes down, caravel goes down. 2 privateers left, Blessing and Sea King, but they will contest these fishing boats here. The wood situation almost gone, but he has managed to get villagers over onto the island.
Well, he's making a push in the middle too, but it looks like Tabben scouted this, and he's actually grouped his army together now. Veteran muskets done.
The Skull Knights here do deny these barracks, and the Skull Knights, it looks like they're just being shot at by volleys of musks. They're not going to be able to take that for much longer. The final privateer is down due to the 3 the canoes. And the water push, an end has come. He's training more frigates.
3 frigates there as well. He's not done yet, and he's pushing back on the land too. Now, Tabben, if he pushes Lucas off of wood, Lucas can't do anything, surely. He's out of wood on his island. If he comes down here and kills these villagers on the wood, then it's done.
Yeah, he has to gather wood. He can't lose this position. And he spent a lot of time making Skull Knights, right, for that push back onto land. And maybe that was like his only option, because this gathering...
Watch dance now active. He's taking down another frigate.
Rip frigate.
I mean, they do die extremely quickly. Look at that. That's insane.
Was it 78 ranged attack? This has only got 60.
On broadside, though.
Oh, yeah, 135 ranged.
But still, that huge mass of land units going to come in and deny those villagers. Look how many villagers Lucas has gathering wood. That is a problem.
He's not
0.
I think he's feeling it here.
4 canoes in queue, though. Winning the water might not be the be-all and end-all of this game. Sure, you can get coin, sure you can get food, but you can't get wood from the water.
That is true, yeah.
That is a problem. Because without wood,
the lack of wood, exactly. Although his boats are 50% cheaper, you still do need wood in the first place. And this British army has taken full control again of the land, forcing them away. Jaguar, Prowler, Big Button, as well as a shipment of 20 mace arrive at the same time. Nicely timed. A last-ditch effort to regain control of this area. He's got all his navy fighting off the coast, and obviously very, very strong against land units. He's got his TC there too, with 4 villagers inside. And I think with the navy, it might be enough to take back the musketeers here. Tabben's going to have to bring in his frigates.
He's doing just that. Frigates, though, melting.
Yeah,
I mean, they just cannot sit there.
1,000 resources.
They just cannot go there.
Oh my goodness.
The second they go there, they die. But it looks like at this point, Tabben has killed the army on the land.
And he's even the score up.
Oh, yeah.
Lucas is back in business, baby.
What?
268 to
He's not back in business at all.
He's even the score up. He's regained the coastline here. These boats are really, really strong against the land units, and he's going to be able to get his wood villagers back onto the trees.
Perhaps, but I don't see it. I mean, I just see that Lucas lost his entire land army.
Are you not seeing what I'm seeing? The villagers are getting back to work. These muskets are completely fucked.
Yeah, he has 5 vills on wood, though. I mean, is that going to be enough?
Well, he's economic unit population. It's I guess British is ahead there, and he's got only 5 gathering wood, but they can now
all
return.
He needs is a couple of cannons, and he can take down those buildings, I think.
Yeah, but for the time being, he's able to gather wood again. So this is nice. Lucas, look at the scores, though. They're very, very even. I'm surprised he's managed to catch back up here. It's just so hard for Tabben to push in against the coastline. The boats are... Tabben can't bring his boats here. They just get destroyed. And obviously naval units are so good at fighting land units.
Are huge.
Yeah, especially since they're champion. That is pretty good for him there.
Yeah, and he can just keep doing that, right? So he can continue to reinforce that for as long as he needs.
I think Tabben's going to have to start getting perhaps culverins and falconets, and you know, that's the only way.
Siege.
That's the only way he can push into this, just because boats are, very, very good.
Yeah, he's messing up more muskets, and maybe doesn't even need to go to industrial here. For now, just more mass, maybe an artillery foundry.
He's got an arsenal coming down. Not quite a foundry, but yeah. He's got some navy, but they just seem so ineffective, right?
Oh, well, the crazy part for me here, the thing I'm thinking is actually madness, is that frigate cannot go anywhere near to Lucas, otherwise it just melts. It comes in, it's got 3,500 HP, it walks in or sails in there, and then it's got no HP. It's just instant death.
Yeah, TC, the nobles' huts, and the docks. Of course, this TC as well. He's just reinforcing the coastline here now.
Okay, now he does have 19 vills on wood, so he can continue to get back or continue to work on the water.
He's coming in with his units again, but Lucas has reclaimed his position. He's got some units on the land here, and if he gets too close to the shore, well, that's going to be tough. Thankfully, he's going to use the caravel and frigates to some effect, though. He can sort of raid the fishing boats whilst this is all going on. Now, going to bring
the frigates back in.
Going to bring his navy in to time it with the land push. Maybe he can finally get some work done.
That's huge. Taking out those canoes. He's going in for another big push once again. Villagers in there tanking. The boats from Lucas getting the benefit from the water dance. But it looks like Tabben's going to come out on top there anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, the reinforcements from
Big
Lucas
batch of Skull Knights.
Oh, yes.
7 Skull Knights coming in, and they have a lot of HP, but if he kites back, should be okay to deal with that. And his navy's starting to dry up again, and that's what was enabling him to push back in again. And Lucas is still here.
Goodness me.
He's still okay.
He has to invest so much into just being able to contest the shoreline, doesn't he?
Those
and then
canoes,
he loses it anyway.
Those canoes are OP. I'll tell you what, the bloody water dance is OP.
Water dance is crazy.
The dancing in general has really been very strong.
Definitely. Wow, this game is crazy. Tabben maybe does need to age here, because, I mean, it's only going to get increasingly more difficult to deal with the larger number of units.
And they're champion units. He just needs to get his upgrades in, right?
Yeah.
But Tabben is struggling to keep his resource piles high. And he's not going to be able to save to age, although he has just won this fight. That's really nice. Now pushing forward again.
Still very far ahead in military, as always, this game. He's really maintained that military lead, but I'm looking at that eco as well, and I'm seeing 91 eco against 51 here. Tabben has continued to increase his lead.
That's true. He's killed a lot of fishing boats. He's been maintaining a production from... maybe he's got docks of his own. Does he have fishing boats? No, nothing like that.
But keep in mind, he's got 95% of this island, and Lucas has a little foothold. He's still not pushed out.
That's true.
The best he's been able to do here is regain a little bit of control, but nothing conclusive. There's another shipment coming through, though.
But the steam is running out, right? The shipments don't last forever. I think you're right. He's got the whole island, and Lucas's villagers, they keep having to get garrisoned in the war huts and the TCs, even if the British player is losing a lot to push here, because he is denying his opponent to gather, and the villager count just isn't growing too fast for Lukas.
Nobody's backing up once again. Tabben just keeps backing up once again. He's got Jaegers in now as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
10 Jaeger shipment.
Just rallying them there to their deaths.
They'll wake up in a minute.
Maybe. Not before a bunch of them die, though, to those canoes. Wow.
Yeah, they are going down.
Canoes are quite strong, aren't they?
Naval units against land units in general are very strong.
Same in AoE2, actually. Just the way it works.
Artillery
but
foundry.
There it is, finally, the artillery foundry.
That's what you wanted to see, or what I wanted to see.
Literally needs 2 Falcons, I feel. 2 Falcons, and he could just siege those
Start
buildings.
pushing onto the...
He'll be fine.
Yeah, a couple of Falcons would definitely be strong. But Lukas, let's hope he's training Culverins. That's what I want to see, actually. They're really good against... they've got more range, and they have bonus multipliers versus the boats.
That could also work, too.
So that, and then the land units can take care of the buildings.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it that way. But, yeah, that is in queue. Is that 25 Musks in queue?
Why
not? Sure.
That's where's he training from a ton of barracks?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what happens when you've got 92 eco and...
Yeah.
I mean, it's 13 military for Lukas again. It's like those 10 warriors and then a couple of base. And then I guess the boats aren't counted into the military tab.
No, they don't. They don't cost population, so they don't accept fishing boats.
Yeah.
But these ones are free. Well, no, not free, but it's just build limits is what keeps that in check. 3 Culverins now coming out, though. And we can't see their attack just yet, but Heated Shot is going to give them some bonuses versus...
Warships, let's go.
That's right, specifically against warships. So this is it. This seems like the big push Tabben needs to make. In fact, he's got 2 foundries?
Oh, wow. Yeah, he does.
Maybe he forgot that
Maybe, I mean, it would have made sense for him to make that foundry the first time. Just after that first push, right? But when he went back, but yeah, I do think if he added Falcons earlier, it would have been good. But I mean, Corvs are probably going to be just fine. I don't know if he has to walk under TC fire and Noble Hut fire to range the boats, though. You know,
the Culls have got a good range on them, and the damage the TC and War Hut Noble Huts do is minimal to one of these.
Well, here
units.
we go. 20 mace coming out for another shipment here. Cavalry's going to run the villas away, get on top of the mace, and then the Corvs should be going then for those boats in the back.
But the War Chief, he got in there just...
Are you kidding me?
And that's what... The War Chief's really good against artillery, and that is like...
He's going to lose all 3 Corvs.
With the swashbuckler attack.
No, he kept 1 Corv alive.
I don't know if 1 Culv is enough to continue the push here.
Canoe. That's not too bad. Can he get the next one down? Yes, he can. That's 2 canoes down.
And second
the hero's back up, though. The explorer's back up.
And that's what he's good at dealing with, right?
Oh, it's down, though. It's going down as quickly as it goes back up, and he is one-shotting those canoes now. This could be the game-ending push. This could be the winning move from Tabben right here, if those Corvs go unchecked.
Yeah, look at that.
The explorer's dusting himself off. He's back up again. Straight back onto the Corv. Corv's going to go down. Wow. Lukas is insane with that explorer.
Yeah, he's dancing, man.
I tell you, it's voodoo. It's
magic. But he has made a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
But without the Culvs, it's...
Maybe Falcons would have been better. You could range them from further back.
This treasure's been going... Well, Culverins have more range.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to fight the boats. He could just kill the buildings with Falcons, right?
Oh, right.
And then sit on top of the Falcons with the units, and he doesn't even have to get in range of the boats.
Yeah, but I'm convinced Culvs are better.
Okay. I just think it's easier to protect Falcons probably with his army than it is to protect the Corvs.
Okay.
From the Explorer, I mean. But I don't know.
Mace Halton. God, he sent this quite a few times this game.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That's 123 units. It's quite insane.
More Culls coming out.
I can't believe this game's still going on. Yeah. I mean, it's like, he just won't die, will he?
He won't give up.
I thought that was the game-ending push. He repels him once again.
Yeah, the Explorer is really strong. The Swashbuckler attack does 345 damage with an area of 3. So if you get up to like their cannons in the middle of them, you can just one-bang them, right? So the Explorer is really, really dangerous to artillery.
Absolutely. He has to make sure. And the thing is, he just keeps getting back up again, time and time again. But here we go. Looks like the Explorer will be focused down this time as the Corvs are at the back. They should be in much better position now. And there you go. Once again, needs to clean up that army, though. And then he can get onto the TC.
Yeah, Explorer is healed again.
And
trying to focus him down. But he's tanking 2,000 hit points every couple of moments. It does take out another canoe. And these culls are allowing the units to finally get some work done. But not before the mace. Like, this guy's back up again. He's hanging in there.
I'm telling you, Fouts. I mean, what's his objective here, right? Like, how does he win? He kills the buildings. He has to kill the buildings. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
What's he planning to kill the buildings with? The musks?
Yeah,
like, it doesn't make sense.
Musks have high siege.
Yeah, but they need to kill the army. I don't know. I'm not buying the Corvs. I just think... I don't know. The other option maybe for tabben is to consider aging. He's very close now. He could do that, and then he'll obviously win more convincingly in the land army engagements.
Then he gets mortars.
Yeah, that's true too. That would be good. But there you go. You can click up now. Or just a second.
Yeah, finally looking to do that.
Spend some resources down.
Let's go on to TBR. I'm sure we'll see that in a moment. Oh, he's still training units by the looks of it. I guess he's a couple of culves and some musks in queue. Now he's got the resources.
And still not doing it. Nope. Still not doing it.
He'll get there.
Goodness me. I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I think this game is it's absurd. I mean, they've been fighting over the same spot for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Lucas. And neither player's making any gains.
And like whenever there's no fight happening, he switches it back to the XP dance. We're currently on War Dance. But then he can just make more base Halton shipments, one after the other.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? And I think he's going back into Corvs again.
Either way, some kind of artillery is what is working. That's what's allowing him to make the pushes.
Yeah.
Whether it be falconets or... Look at that swashbuckler.
If tabben loses this game, I would genuinely call it a throw. I think he absolutely should have won and should still win. But, yeah, nothing's guaranteed. There's a lot of Hussar in there, once again. Going right back up to that shoreline. There's less and less boats, though. I mean, Lucas doesn't really have the wood income to keep making boats. This is a problem, right? He's got 0 wood income right now.
Hey, like, his eco is, like, double, right?
We've got a fort. He's going to put...
Is that
building a fort over here?
Yeah, just to secure some...
Right, now can he kill the buildings? Like, now he can get on them, right? Surely this is the moment. This is when he finally gets on them.
Yeah, finally able to do this.
And there you go, Corvs attacking the TC. But yeah, they can obviously range the boats back. Yeah, the War Chief dance is truly ridiculous. It's so good for Lucas in this situation.
It's one of Aztec's intended feature of the Aztecs.
Yeah. Here you go, canoes coming in, and bam, dead. So it looks like tabben will have it here, surely. He'll take out these buildings, and that's it.
He's got it. GG coming in. Took him some time, though. Whew.
To me, that looked over from 10 minutes, honestly.
Let's go look at the the military unit count, like from up here, I guess.
Yeah, that point.
Yeah. But Lucas hung in there, and it just goes to show the potential of just water in general, especially on a map like this. Aztec, in particular, the dancing was really, really strong. Not just for the water, but also the Explorer able to keep getting back up and handle these culverins.
I mean, artillery was absolutely necessary, one way or the other. Corv obviously allowed him to zone off the boats, and that was good enough. So
finally got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a long game, and we've got at least one more. And if it's just as long as that,
we're not going to be done by midnight tonight at this rate.
Yeah. What is the time? Oh my goodness.
It's 10 o'clock here.
Hot damn.
We've still got this semi-final to finish.
It's a pretty impressive stream. But maybe that's fine, right? We only streamed 2 days this week.
So we're coming in early tomorrow, though. Coming back in at 9 AM tomorrow, so
not to stream, mind you.
No, not to stream.
We've got a lot of deliveries coming tomorrow.
Bulden.
Fridges, that's right, Bulden, for the New World Championship and indeed the ECL LAN as well. We're going to see, we are going to see, as in Zach, I, Robo, and Ham, lots of deliveries and things, furniture, all that kind of stuff.
Just a reminder to anyone out there, actually, as well. The New World Championship LAN will be happening on the 11th to the 14th of July. It's not long away now, and we've got a lot of preparation in store and stuff to prepare for that. But that will be streamed here on this channel, and we'll be having 8 of the world's best players flown in to our studio here in Manchester, and they will be competing on stage over 4 days to decide who will be the grand champion, the champion of the new world, as Will's dubbed it. But we will have a live audience as well. We have got confirmed guests, and if you want to find out more about that, you can type !NWC in the chat, and the information is there. But actually, that's not right. We want LAN. Well, that's the ESOC website, but I also wanted to bring up the point that if you go to our website, escapetv.uk/NWC, you can buy a ticket if you would like to attend. You're welcome to attend. Anyone is welcome to join us for the LAN.
And you can also see the standings there as well.
Yeah.
And basically, whilst the LAN is in progress, this will be a good website to go and check out sort of the progress on each day.
All of the fixtures are there. Everything will be updated.
Exactly. And if you are coming and haven't bought your goddamn ticket yet, buy it now. I'm still waiting for like 10 of you who I know are coming to buy a ticket. So for fuck's sake, just buy it. All right.
It's not mad.
No.
You need to buy a ticket because we're feeding you for 4 days.
Yeah.
And we need to pay for that. And you need to buy a ticket so we can pay for it.
Yeah, I know people will buy the ticket.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get there, and a number of you already have. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yes, the Thursday, the food's not confirmed yet, but the Friday will be. Oh God, what was it?
Burgers or burritos.
That's Friday. Friday's cheeseburgers and burritos. It's all in the LAN Discord actually.
It's fine. There's a lot of information out there. But anyway, we do have our next match coming up soon. I just wanted to plug that. And if you want us to support us and what we're doing here, and you're enjoying the commentary, leave us a follow. You get a notification when we go live. Subscribe if you'd like to support us further and get some unique custom emotes in the chat
AoE
and all that good stuff.
Picture progress of our. I want to see that.
Oh, I guess Ham's posted a picture.
I see.
Oh, right. Okay.
Nice.
That's just the bar. Right.
That's just us casting.
Yeah, that's just us.
And in front are a bunch of tables where we imagine people sitting.
People
but
will be sat
the
there.
players have selected their civs. It will be France versus Japan on Bonnie Springs. And this map is... I've really enjoyed the games on Bonnie Springs so far. And it's a refreshing map. This one is a map not made by Garja. Can you believe it? This was made by a player called Rikikipu. And
you can tell it's not made by Garja because Garja would never put... Mother Nature.
Garja wouldn't put nonsense on the map. Yeah, that's right. I like Riki. I think he's made a really great map here. And you can see in the overlay that there's a hole in the wall there next to the TC.
Yeah.
But on this version of the map, if we take a look...
There's not a hole, is there?
There is not. But that may be because I've actually changed the camera angle in that overlay and repositioned the TC. So actually, forget that. Anyway, here we have in the bottom of the map in the color blue, tabben playing as the French here. We think France is one of the top civs, or at least Kaiser Klein does, and Maito is playing it earlier to a lot of success. So tabben here playing France as well. Clearly are strong, and we saw them perform quite well on Bonnie Springs. Moving his TC up, I'm going to place it right here next to the TP. I really like this. This is almost what Maito did, because... already have this wall, and if you place the TC here, you're going to have lots of line of sight, and you're going to protect this TP, and nothing is really going to enter your base from this left-hand side, and you know it won't come from the front. There's a wall there, so really just one other side to worry about. Really nice TC placement, and it is going to protect 2 hunts as well as the trading post, so that's pretty good for him. tabben picking himself up 50 wood there, which is going to be pretty good, and he's not got his hunting dogs in yet, so that is absolutely perfect. That 50 wood going to get him the hunting dogs as soon as that goes in. I'm sure that villager there it is. We'll see it on him. Lukas, however, in the north of the map, in the color green, playing as the Japanese, has stacked his TC right next to his starting one, just to give that cluster bit of extra defense. Japan, very defensive civ. We don't see them leave their base. One orchard next to each TP, one on the back there and one on the front, but as close as he can get it to garrison. And that makes sense, right? Japan have that very passive play style. They don't really come out on the map. They don't need a lot of map control, and just wants to place these two next to each other because of that.
Yeah, and at the moment, we should be in store for quite a sort of slow-paced early game where both players just sort of building up quite passively, quite happy to just sort of sit back, let their upgrades stack up. But I almost feel like that favors the French player a little bit more, given what we've seen so far today. The French player just seems to get up to, that military composition of gendarmes and voltigeurs that just seems to be unstoppable. It just seems to be too damn strong.
With especially, some very, very good upgrades behind it. Oh, this deck is not like Kaiser or Maito's. I think that that style we've been seeing won't be as effective without those cards.
No, I agree. I did want to bring that to the next point. Like, we need to check the deck. And he actually is missing a lot of those upgrades.
Yeah, so he's got Eco Theory, but he doesn't have Refrigeration, which you often see in a standard game, and nor does he have
Royal Mint,
or
food silos,
cigar
or
rollers, any of those things, right? They're not here. So I think Tabben's late game eco might not be as strong. Maybe Tabben has something different in mind. Perhaps we'll see some sort of more aggressive Fortress Age play, and we'll try and end the game out before we get to the sort of super late game. There is that. Remember, he's up against Japan. Maybe that's the reason he's not put those cards in his deck. He thinks that Japan outscale him or something, and thinks like, well, I'm not going to try and keep up with that. Instead, I'll just be aggressive in Age 2. Not Age 2, Age 3 or 2.
It looks like he wants to be aggressive here, for sure.
Whereas in...
Wow, Lukas, he has those cards.
He does. He's got Royal Mint, he's got Refrigeration there. He's also got food silos. He's got everything he needs there. So I think Japan will outscale France. So Tabben's game plan has to be defeating him early on.
Yeah, sort of Fortress Age, early industrial, perhaps.
That kind of thing, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of military shipments and not many upgrades, so it looks like that'll be the game plan from him. I just don't know how that's going to play out, because obviously every single game we've seen today, the French have gone for that very big boom, very big eco approach, and they've gone for that.
So it'll be very interesting to see how Tabben tackles this differently then, perhaps. Tech's being researched, going up with the Quartermaster there. He is going to be aging much faster than Japan by the looks of it, and that Explorer getting ready to place the TP on the bottom. And I imagine if he's going up with the 400 wood, we'll see him get the second one here as well. Japan's already gotten a trading post line. Zach, he sent 300 wood first, and with that wood, has gotten the TPs, and then because he's spending so long in Age 1, sends Heavenly Kami afterwards, can get away with those 2 shipments there. Now going up, putting lots of villagers on that Wonder just to compensate a bit, get up a bit more quickly. But it is going to be that Toshogu Shrine.
Yeah, for sure. So at the moment, it seems like Tabben a little bit further behind in that TP development, but also going to be a little bit faster up to the next stage as a result. But that TC is interesting. You put that right where Maito put it earlier on. What is that building, by the way? I kept meaning to... it's just a barn. Okay.
Well, obviously, it's a barn. Can't you see it's a barn? It's a barn. That's what it is. And it's an old barn if you hover over it.
Wow. And what's that next to it? A delicious, meaty table.
That's just a table with a delightful turkey.
Like a big turkey.
That is a turkey. This is...
And a spit roast.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. That's making me really hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have to...
The only map this...
on the way home.
The only map is... I'm down for that, actually. Yeah. It's called Mackie Dondons, actually. But
okay.
Yeah. Second TP does come down, and he's no doubt going to get Stagecoach. Tabben does have Eco Theory in deck, though, and it's obviously a good card early, so still going to get that. Still going to have some kind of Eco, but obviously not the super strong late game one that we were mentioning about. So let's see what he's got in mind. So far, it looks like he's macroing for an H3 without using 700 gold. So I imagine he'll send the 700 wood. He'll need that for his buildings and indeed houses and military buildings. But he's just going to gather the resources to age.
Yep.
Looks like, though, Lukas, he wants to know what's up. He knows he can see lots of vills on gold. He doesn't see any military buildings. And he's probably not scouted any over here because there aren't any. And as a result of that, he's not going to be too worried either. He's now coming over to the trade post. He's going to see if there's a stagecoach or something like that. But,
More couriers coming in. Recalculated economic population. And we can see he's just ahead by 1 vill.
Does catch that Explorer.
Oh, yeah, that's good. But he can poof if he needs to. Maybe he'll get the shrine up first.
And then poof away like magic, like a fairy.
Like a ninja.
Exactly. A ninja. Yes, he is a ninja in a way.
Hold on a minute.
It's a very ninja ability, that.
Lukas isn't aging.
No, Lukas isn't aging. No, not yet, it would seem. It's still very early on, right? 6 minutes.
He had the resources a minute ago. What's he doing? Is he trading something? What's that on the right side? Just shrines? Okay, I thought maybe I was looking at the wrong player, but I could swear he was getting close.
Maybe. Well, I don't think it will be long before he ages. No. He's just sent 600 gold, and he's going to have a lot of villagers on food. But 600 wood coming in, because that synergizes really well, of course, with Heavenly Kami, get those shrines down, etc., etc. Starting to do that. But I don't think it'll be long before he's up. Tabben, though, already going up. Text being researched. We've got the Exile Prince.
Speedy.
Yeah, coming in now, and he's going to have a shipment almost ready as soon as he hits up.
Maybe skirms?
I would expect to see 8 skirms or 5 dragoons. That's usually the opener, but I wouldn't be surprised to see 1,000 wood or 1,000 gold, because these games do seem to go more slowly, and you can just be more greedy and send those crates. So maybe that will be a crate card to send.
Yes, it could be. Lukas is being very sort of slow here in comparison, and this could be a good opportunity for Tabben to make a quick push. Obviously, raiding the Japanese is going to be quite hard. But at the moment, Tabben going to be sending his first card soon, but it doesn't actually have a military production building down by the looks of things. If I'm not mistaken, unless it's to the north of that TC on the left side. But
nothing just yet for Tabben.
No.
We do have a military rickshaw in queue for the Japanese, though. Yeah, here it is. The barracks going down.
That's interesting.
Now going up to the Fortress Age, so he's finally going to get it in. 8 villagers on that to get it up nice and quick. But we'll be going up with the Shogunate there. To Age 3 with the Shogunate. Usually we're seeing the Golden Pavilion, but perhaps that will come out later when he goes to Industrial. But yeah, Lukas, 2 cherry orchards come down, and that barracks is now complete. And getting Bushido Tactics, I think that's called. It allows the units to be trained in batches of 10.
Yeah.
First building coming down for Tabben.
Hey, there we go. 9 minutes. I mean, it's quite a slow start, isn't it? But then it sort of accelerates that much faster because they have this big eco behind them.
Yeah, this has very much been the theme of this tournament, hasn't it?
Definitely getting greedy on the upgrades, amalgamation coming in. Wouldn't be surprised if we see log flume or something soon as well.
The Mito approach, it seems.
Mito was really stacking the upgrades, but I'm worried for Tabben. This deck is not so late game, and he doesn't look like he wants to be applying a lot of pressure here at the moment. I mean, he's got a great window of opportunity to do so.
You're right. If it goes super late game, that is dangerous. But it's still 10 minutes. Perhaps he's considered the optimal timing is more at 15, right? And that's when he's intending to have the big push ready.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I don't know yet. It's still very early on. I don't think he's gotten too far behind in terms of 1,000 wood. Okay, so that's a really big card.
Look, he's got 2 stables and 2 barracks now.
And this indicates to my point. I think that is what he's going to do, right? Because we saw at this very same point, for example, Kaiser or Mito was sending refrigeration, right? 1,000 wood, I feel like that's a lot of villager seconds right now. He's going to get all the houses he needs down because he's nearly popped, and perhaps we'll see a second barracks. There it is already, and now we'll start seeing a lot of units come in. Yeah. So he's looking to prepare that timing for now.
I think you're right on that, absolutely. And I mean, look at that, 40 military now against 4. I guess he didn't need to go any sooner. Lukas was quite late to age up anyway, and now he can push in with a very solid number of units, and Lukas actually has nothing. He actually has nothing right now.
Yeah, he's got 1 Ashy in queue. So he can get 10 Ashies out of that, remember. But there's a lot of units in his base, and all these villas are belled up now. He is in the Fortress Age, and there may well be a shipment of, say, 9 Yumi on the way, which he's going to have to time really well so they don't get slaughtered by the Cuirassiers. He needs to time it with his batch of muskets. But all the villagers belled up here.
Coming in as well, so the Cuirassiers here even stronger, and we've got 6 more in queue. Here come the Ashi coming out, so that's 10 there. Naginata pop as well, and he should be able to repel this, I think. He's got plenty here. Yeah, look at that.
That's a big bop. He sent Minutemen from both TCs, and that's going to be enough with the combination of 5 Nagi and the muskets to repel that away. Nicely done there from Lukas, but reinforcing units as well as an 8 skirmisher shipment coming from the forward TC will be in the base, and it's not long before Tabben is back in business. That Daimyo very low HP, Zach. Don't die. He did die.
He's gone. You have to retrain that.
Yeah, not the end of the world. Yeah, he's got the Shogunate. That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean, intervention now as well being called, so he can just get a bunch more units out.
Depends. Where's his consulate? Japan. So it's going to be the Shinobi guys. Or the whatever they are.
Very good against Cav, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's pretty good.
Ideal.
But yeah, the cuirassier is still up on his face, and he's still lacking a lot of military units. So that pressure from tabben is still coming in. He's still applying it nicely here. And hello.
Migration villa there. Yeah. Finding a new gold mine, it seems.
5 Dragoons coming in as the next shipment.
Yeah, and it seems like that is tabben's plan, right? Yeah. He's just sending back-to-back military shipments, and this is the timing he wants to set up and be aggressive. He's not looking to go to the late game where those upgrades that we were talking about, the ones he doesn't have, would be sort of relevant. This will be a big blow to Japan, though, if he loses the Shishogu Shrine.
There's another 10 cuirassiers coming over. This is going to be huge.
With Cav combat, too.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is really big right now.
It is.
And maybe tabben's like, well, why wait to get 900 health when 575 health at this point in the game is just fine?
It's good enough, right?
It is, and it is good enough. Look at this fight right here. He is going to absolutely dominate.
There's a lot of the clubs in the back,
actually,
though.
You're right, yeah.
And the clubs are really, really strong. The skirms are trying to snipe them off.
He's still going to dominate the fight.
Yeah, okay. He's definitely got that.
And that might be the end for Lukas. I mean, he's a resilient guy. He won't just call it, but he could very well lose quite a lot here.
Yeah, he's definitely...
Oh, that's some dead vills.
There is a few dead vills.
Maybe.
But this is... Now, tabben doesn't... He's forced the Minutemen pops from both the buildings here. So any extra, repelling is going to be very, very tough. And to boot, tabben is quite far ahead in score. Look at that military population.
Yeah. Untouchable at the moment. We've got 10 Ashies about to come out, I think, but he's just being outproduced right now. He's looking for gold, like he's looking for coin with those careers.
That's their career, to mine gold. They've got a career in mining gold.
You're really, yeah.
It's you've done this to me.
I've rubbed off on you.
You've broken me. Look at this, forward, like mining his opponent's gold.
Why not? Why not?
And 3 cuirassiers behind this. Tabben is really, really piling on the pressure.
82 military against 9. He's got the eco lead as well after that villager raiding. And yeah, it looks like tabben should be able to close this out here. But
yeah, I think that's going to be it. A batch of 10, just waiting for that batch of 10 there. Kills off the 2 shrines. And now I think he can come in and deliver that final blow. I think like Lukas is about to check his phone and there'll be a note from Amazon saying, defeat delivered.
You never know. Amazon know far too much about people.
Oh god, they've been buying all your data.
Yeah, they've been buying AoE3 Rex.
But this is awkward. Like the Cherry Orchard is caused a choke. I don't think it will ultimately lose tabben the fight, but
no, I don't think it will. Villagers being cut down where they stand there.
GGL. And tabben will defeat Lukas and progress through to the grand finals where he will play against Conqueror 999, a.k.a. Dictator. And that is a grand final that will be coming up in a moment. We're going to take probably a couple of minutes at least for tabben to have a rest. He's just played a big series here. And then we will be getting into the grand finals, which is going to be a best of 5. So I say that as if it's a really, really long... super long series. But it's not.
It's a best of 5, but it's still a lot longer than the other series we've had today. But yeah, well played to tabben there, 2-0 victory. And against, I think, well, in the first game he wasn't favoured. Second game he did have the votes, the bets on his side. But I think that's because French just sort of favoured, I think, by the community in this matchup.
tabben on 26,000 resources there. Let's take a look at the timeline. And keeping up with Japan, Eco Theory, just gave him, nice early Eco Theory, but that was really the only upgrade. His timing came at, I guess, Fortress Age is at 725, and then followed it up with just military shipments, 2 Falcons coming in at the very end there, and does deliver that final blow to Lukas. Takes this game in a very different style to how we've seen Maito and Kaiser play.
Yeah, exactly right, and I think his deck really gave that away. When you look at his deck, you can't. There you go. So it just, if you compare that to Maito, you compare that to Kaiser, the other players we've seen play French today, it just isn't stacked on upgrades. He doesn't want to take it super late. He knows he can win it in Fortress, and that's exactly what he did.
Yep. But coming up